What's up guys, and welcome to the $1,300 complete desk setup and also the July 2017 PC build. So before I begin, just a little update for those of you who don't know, I'm gonna be taking the psychometrician board exams this coming October. So starting this July, I might just post one video a week, maybe two every once in a while. And yeah, also just a reminder again that I'm gonna be doing a giveaway once I reach 1,000 subscribers. I'm gonna be giving away more than one mechanical keyboard depending on how my Lazada affiliate link does this coming weeks or months. So if you're new to the channel, bookmark my affiliate link. It's at the description of this video. And just use it when buying anything at Lazada. It gives me a small kickback every time you use it. And yeah, let's begin. So you guys voted for the $1,000 and above complete setup, and here's what I got. By the way, regarding the pricing of the PC itself, I got the prices of the parts from DynaQuest PC, Newegg, and Amazon, and I just searched for the lowest prices of the parts since GPU and RAM prices are at an all-time high, maybe. So I'm not gonna put the prices of the components, but the PC build itself is worth 47,030 pesos or $940.06, and maybe even higher depending on where you can get it. So the build itself gives you a solid content creation rig, 1440p gaming, and pretty much any type of multi-threaded workload. So obviously regarding the peripherals, some or all of them are optional to you depending on what you already have, and all of them are from DynaQuest PC and Lazada. All the peripherals amount to 16,637 pesos or $332.74, and you may get them cheaper or more expensive depending also if you already have peripherals in mind. Again, I'm not gonna put the prices of each component in this video since some of you might find great deals somewhere else, and we're gonna begin with the PC build itself since I guess most of you only came for that. First off, for the CPU, we have the Ryzen R5 1600, which I guess doesn't really need an introduction. So you have a 6-core 12-thread processor which can overclock fairly well even with the included Raidspire CPU cooler. Gives you solid gaming and multi-threaded performance for not a lot of money. For the motherboard, we have the Asus Prime B350 Plus, which is probably the best bang for your buck AM4 socket motherboard right now. It gives you solid overclocking capabilities for both the CPU and memory, has 4 DIMM slots for up to 64 gigs of DDR4 memory, supports two-way crossfire, 4 SATA 3 ports, an M.2 slot if you ever want to add an NVMe, PCIe, or SATA SSD. Pretty much has all the USB ports you'll ever need, no Type-C unfortunately, and all the Asus safety features you'll ever need. For the graphics card, we have the Zotac GTX 1060 Mini 6GB variant, which is kinda overkill for 1080p and offers solid 1440p performance. Now you might be wondering why I chose a 1060 rather than a 580 because the motherboard supports crossfire. Again, GPU prices right now are insane. The cheapest 8GB 580 you can find right now is $400, which is 1070 territory considering you buy a 1070 at Nvidia's website. You can blame the miners for this. Moving on, we have 2 sticks of 8GB Crucial Balistix port LT DDR4 clocked at 2400 MHz, giving us 16 gigs of DDR4 memory. For storage, we have a Kingston SSDNOW 240GB SSD and a 1TB Western Digital Blue hard drive. For the power supply, we have the Seasonic M12-II 620W 80+ bronze fully modular power supply, which is kinda overkill for what we have now, but of course gives you great future expandability when upgrading or adding more storage drives. And lastly, housing all this is the Aerocool Aero-500, which is a fairly good looking case with a big side panel window and gives you lots of space for storage and an AIO. So good luck to you guys in finding decent deals for these parts, and onto the peripherals. So in choosing peripherals, I prioritize price to performance in mind. For the monitor, we have the ViewSonic VA2259 22-inch 1080p IPS 75Hz monitor, which offers decent color accuracy for color accurate work, and of course a decent panel for gaming. For the keyboard and mouse, we have the Redragon Varuna and the Racchiano, and a Razer Goliathus knockoff extended mousepad. For audio, we have the Redragon Garuda for a headset and the Logitech Z313 for speakers. for where you rest your ass all day and not a gaming chair because you know how expensive those things are. We have the iHome 122 Executive Office Chair. And lastly, for the desk, we have the JIT 717 table, which is by far the cheapest and most positively received table I was able to find. Also, I'll add optional parts such as a 1440p monitor or an aftermarket CPU cooler in the description of this video. And yeah, for the entire setup with the prices of the parts I was able to find total to 63,667 pesos or $1,272.34. And as always, of course, I'll list the parts and components you saw in this video in the description down below. But again, these prices are subject to change and you might be able to find better deals somewhere else. May luck be on your side if you're planning to build this PC or the entire setup. If you guys have any questions, just leave them down below and I'll do my best to answer them. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. So leave a like, share, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. As always, bookmark and use my Lazada affiliate link when buying at Lazada as a way to support my channel. Don't worry, as it won't have any additional charges to your purchase. It just gives me a small kickback every time you use my link when buying at Lazada. And if you don't mind donating at all, I'll also leave the link to my Patreon in the description of this video. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one.